Someone's question was how to get good camel toe. I answered it. What's up, guys? I am back today doing a Instagram Q&A. Would you ever host a meetup in Syracuse? I would drive 8 hours for it. Oh my goodness. I would absolutely host a meetup in Syracuse if we could round some more people up. You know what I'm saying? If we can get an actual group of folks together, then we can do something like that. How are you able to balance work, prep, and family all at the same time? I'm probably not on social media as much as I should be for someone who's trying to grow their social media, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying I'm not on social media a lot, but I feel like other people spend a lot of time getting the most perfect picture for Instagram and the best picture for their thumbnail on their YouTube video, and I just don't spend as much time on those minor details. I snap a few selfies, I've said this before, things look aight, I post that shit and I move on. I try to comment on other people's social medias and watch it, but that's the one thing that falls low on the list of priorities when I work a full-time job. That comes first, and my training comes before that. And, trying to squeeze in some time with my man Shredded Heezy. It's hard to make it all fit and balance. I try to just kind of look at my overall week. When I'm at work, I try to just focus on work for the most part. If I'm able to think ahead about things and what I need to do outside of work, I do. I have a plan going into each day. I need to go to the gym. What am I gonna do when I'm there? Am I going before work? Am I going after work? What does my day look like? And I try to just focus on the day at hand and make the most of it. Okay, so I have to ask this question. This is really important that you guys get involved with helping me answer this question. Very, very important. You must help me. What would you and will you name your next fur child? This is a big deal, you guys. We're gonna need some assistance. Jason and I are between a couple names right now that we're throwing out there. We're not necessarily agreeing on which way to go with them. So we need to take a little poll, shall we? So some names we're gonna throw out there. You're gonna vote below, you're gonna give us some other suggestions. The dog's gonna be all black, a Italian Mastiff or Cane Corso. So some of the names we're toying with are Baird, Bruce, Bruno, Dolce, and Can I say that on YouTube? I don't think I can. I don't think that can be there. So those are the options that we're throwing around right now. We need you guys to help us because it's causing some marital issues. When tracking carbs, how important is it to track sugar? I'm always under carbs but over on sugar according to my MyFitnessPal, even though I have lots of fruit and clean carb sources. Personally, I don't pay much attention to my sugar. When I pay attention to my sugar is when I notice I'm having a day where I have super low energy. That's when I go into my MyFitnessPal and say, how much sugar have I had today? And if I've had 17 grams or something really low, I usually try to make sure I get in some fruit or some other sugar to kind of, make me feel a little bit better. But it's not to say you shouldn't track sugar, but if you're overall having a healthy diet where you're eating whole foods and you're not eating candy bars all day long, you're probably all right. But I do find sugar to be fairly individualized based on the person. Some people just don't do well and have issues with hypoglycemia if their sugar is too low, which, can cause some issues. It's something to take a look at or have kind of an idea what your sugar grams normally run and how you feel, and that's something to monitor. I get so hungry around my time of the month, my stomach is an endless pit. I feel you, sister. I am the same exact way. Should I adjust my macros around that time or just deal with it? I even eat high volume foods to help get more, but just still feel so hungry feeling. I can totally relate, and I bet there's a lot of women saying, oh my God, that question, I could have asked it myself. Hey girl, hey. If you're not on prep, what I say to you is yes, increase your macros during that week slightly. Your body actually does have a little bit of a higher caloric need with the amount of loss that we have during that week. So you will feel more lower energy. You can tend to get a bit more anemic. and feel fatigued. So that is a week that I would suggest, if you're able to, increase your macros a little bit. That's not gonna hurt your progress to increase your macros. Or the other thing that I would say to do, this is something that I implement. I can't necessarily right now being in prep, but if I am having a craving during that time of the month, I usually do make it fit. Or not necessarily make it fit, I make it happen. I make it happen. If I am just craving chocolate, which is common, that's totally justified. If I don't kind of cure my craving, I will start to obsess over it and like think about it every day. And I don't like having that food obsession. That's not healthy. So, if you're having a craving like that, then do it. Like, if you need a little bit of chocolate, have a little bit of chocolate. Obviously, don't use it as an excuse every month to go overboard and, just eat crap all week. But it's also okay to give into your cravings and have, a little something sweet if that's what you're craving. So, have you ever had free meals while on prep? And the answer to that question is yes. I previously, I coached myself essentially one summer for a show, and I carb cycled all summer. And what I did was every Saturday was like my eat whatever you want day. I think the Hodge twins used to do that, and I was like, yeah, I can do that too. So Jay and I used to just like have our day where we like got it all in. And it was so bad. We felt sick so much of the summer, but I got super lean for that show. I was carb cycling. I gave myself that one day. I was basically super depleted all week, and that one day didn't really cause any damage, I don't think, in terms of, not damage, but it didn't prevent me from still getting super lean for that show. I don't do that anymore, and I actually don't recommend it for my clients typically, depending on the individual, how lean they are, and where they're at in their prep progress. I think a more structured refeed is more beneficial to kind of allow your hormones to reset a bit, to get in the extra carbs, the extra calories, without doing the free meal. The free meal really can, I've seen for a lot of my own clients, and I've felt this way personally. When you have a free meal, there's almost like anxiety attached to it. Either people are like so anxious about what to order, how to order it, or they have that free meal and then it turns into like an endless thing where they can't stop. Like, it's not just a one-time meal. It turns into like an all-out binge fest or something. So I don't know. I just don't think those work as well during prep. But again, mentally, you have to know what works best for you and, depending on your progress, what you're looking like. But I do the structured refeeds, so that's what works for me. All right, guys, that is going to conclude the Q&A. Thank you all for participating and asking me questions. I hope this helped. Sorry if I didn't get to all of them, but there'll be future videos. I'm not going anywhere. As always, you guys can check out karacorey.com. Make sure you sign up for my email list. I do send out a lot of good information and extra tips that I don't always go over in videos. You guys can also find my 12-week to Bikini Pro program on my website that you can join if you're someone that needs a more affordable option for prep, if you're someone that can't get a coach and you just need some guidance for how to go about your prep. That's probably going to be your best route. You can find that there as well. And I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one.